Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Chaos TV's live coverage here of the Corsair Vengeance Cup. I'm joined by Enzi, and we have a real belter lined up for you now. It's the all-important third matchup here between Teamless and Team SoloMid. Make or break for both teams. Whoever wins this will progress through to Moscow 5 in the upper brackets, so the semi-finals, I believe, of lower brackets, and whoever loses this will be simply out. How are you doing, Enzi?
I'm doing very good. I mean, here in the UK, it is currently 10:40, nearly 11 o'clock, nearly 12 o'clock if you are, you know, other way around the EU. So it is getting quite late. This is going to be the last game of tonight. We have seen a thrilling 2 maps already, and this is going to be absolutely sensational.
Yes, better late than never is definitely the mentality I take into this game. We have had a lot of delays, but it's definitely been worth the wait here. And I think a lot of guys watching right now will enjoy this matchup thoroughly, but we're not going to have any early team fights that I can see. You are going to have Teamless pushing into the opposition's jungle, definitely opting to steal that blue. Soraka is on her way down right now. I just hope for X Special's sake he doesn't start to lurk around that blue buff, otherwise he could be finding himself down. Never mind though, because as I'm talking, the entirety of Teamless has disbanded, all pulling themselves back, and they have also warded down on that blue. So nothing is going to happen just yet. They're just going to pick up their race. In the meantime, Mundo's going to take his race, and all back to the ordinary, the standard play.
Yep, absolutely. You know, the first. That's the only thing like that I kind of dislike about League of Legends, but you can't do it any other way. You know, the first kind of 5 levels. You know, if you don't get a gank, it's very slow. It's just farm, farm, farm. Let's see who can last hit a minion. You know what I mean? Obviously that's important, and all that, but it'd be very, very nice if we could see all-out action. We've actually seen that a few times in the Corsair, and them games, even if they've been short, have been so, so good, because, like, every single second there's something going on the map, and, you know, but, you know, going into these later stages, it's harder to see that, because both teams are a bit more cautious. They know that, you know, near the end, they don't want to get knocked out this, you know, this close to the end, to the finish, to maybe win. So, you know, we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, specifically as well, I think it really heightens as well in the third game decider. Like, no one wants to trip up, no one wants to make that important, crucial mistake. So, again, players are going to go back into their shells, they're going to kind of revert into tentative, passive mode. But having said that, here comes Lee Sin trying to get the gank onto Mundo. Nice exhaust, but he has also eaten Ignite. That's going to be first blood coming in there from Cotton X on the Lee Sin. Nice flash used, flash instantly from Lee Sin. Can he land this resonating strike and the Sonic Wave? He has managed to land it, but here comes the exhaust. Can he finish this Soraka off? Yes, he can, but he is going to get downed himself from that tower, but I think it was worth it. I think he doesn't mind a great deal. He picked up 2 kills there, one of which was the first blood, has 1k gold, and he's going to be able to push himself nice and far ahead. Has built up the Madrid's Razors, such a nice opening item, 3 minutes 30 through the game. That's going to give him a big advantage here.
Yeah, absolutely. He did fall off the tower, but X Special got the kill. So, I mean, for a support, the kill isn't going to be as worthy as, you know, maybe an AD carry or a mid who can really, really change that game. So, really nice stuff coming out from that Lee Sin of Cotton X. Lee Sin's such a good champion. And now, because he's got them 2 initial kills, that's going to set him for the rest of this early stage of the game. He can go for them ganks now. He's willing to substitute minions and, you know, creep score for them ganks right now, because he's already far ahead, and he's going to be very, very happy with that.
And just as you say, he's happy to substitute the you know, the minions for ganks. Is exactly what he's done. He's opted to go back into the opposition jungle again, as Mundo very, very close to falling. The only downside is Mundo did manage to pull back towards 2 towers. Lee Sin did not want to try tower diving again, because that kill was not assured. So he will go back. Looks like they're going to set up a gank onto Reggie. They know how strong he is with this Cassiopeia. Here comes the Rune Prison. Here comes the flash as well. Ignite has been landed, but Reggie should be able to get away just now. I think his days are numbered, though. Here comes Rise once again. Rune Prison landed, stun as well, and Lee Sin will be picking up the last hit there. So they've definitely targeted out Reggie. They're like, okay, Reggie took Cassiopeia. He is a scary, scary player with that Cassio. Let's just try and get him out. Let's just try and zone him out these first few levels. Exactly what they've done, and this is going to allow Rise to pick up some nice creep score and to try and get himself ahead. Beautiful play there from Teamless.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lee Sin on 3-1 in under 5 minutes. Wowzers. I'm taking a, you know, just page out your book there. Wowzers. That's going to be the new word of the generation.
Wowzers.
Wowzers, bro. Wowzers.
That Lee Sin, wowzers, he is good.
Wowzers,
and,
that Bolden. What? Sorry, I had to.
He has started off very well. I mean, he's only got 10 creep score, but he is not going to care. He is not going to care less. He's got 3 kills. He has managed to get assists for his team as well. Tarek has 3 assists, showing how influential he's been in that ganking phase too. He's been all over the map. He's been in the jungle. He's been bot lane. He's been mid. All over the place, and that kill on Cassio could really prove to be vital in this matchup as it progresses through. Reggie has gone back to spawn, of course, when he was killed, and picked up the Doran's ring, which is going to give him a slightly more powerful punch, and of course the mana regen on top of that is of course going to be very useful to him too. But in the meantime, you are going to see, guess who? Lee Sin going to start to come towards this. Cassiopeia again has slowed it down there. Rune Prison as well. And that's going to be yet another kill coming in there onto Cassiopeia, onto Reggie. He is being targeted so much from this Lee Sin, doing a magnificent job. 3 kills, 1 assist. And what can Cassio do? Hold that thought though, because Mundo is slowly but surely making his way towards top lane, as Vladimir is being very, very aggressive. Ultimate has been popped there from Dyrus, but actually misses Vladimir by and large. He's going to try the tower dive. I don't think there's enough raw damage here. Nice flash used from Rumble, and the exhaust as well. This could be Lee Sin actually falling, trying to come to the aid of Vladimir, but Vlad using that transfusion onto Rumble. Somehow Lee Sin escapes, somehow Rumble escapes, somehow Vladimir doesn't die as well. Really exquisite stuff from both teams, but so much action, NZ. Ironically enough, after we said that the first kind of 5 levels not much would happen, 5 kills have happened.
Well, to be honest, Vince, as I said, in the spare time, a lot of you don't know this, but I am a genie. You have to give me the utmost respect, because I am a higher social class, being a genie and all, so I'd just like to point that out. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, but Ash very, very close to falling. Ignite was used. Graves uses the quick draw and the buckshot as well, but Ash managing to escape back to the tower with that health pot, and of course Soraka is just going to try and spam heal her as well. But yeah, just for a split second there, I thought Ash may be going 6 foot under, not to be the case just here. So let's have a quick look over towards mid lane. Obviously, Reggie has been ganked twice. How's his creep score looking? 29 to Ryze's 42, so definitely the damage has been done. Ryze able to finish off the Mercury Treads, of course, a beautiful item early on against Cassiopeia. She's not really going to hit him anywhere near as hard. He has also got himself the Sapphire Crystal as well, so he's going to be more sustainable, doing a bit more damage on top of that. So really, again, don't want to sound like the broken record here. Lee Sin is, you know, he's in the opposition jungle. He is on the prowl all the time. He is hungry for ganks. He's hungry for kills here. But on the flip side, there is a ward down there. So Dyrus has made his way down from top lane towards mid, and pretty much for nothing, because they know exactly where he is.
Yeah, and mid, you know, like, I kind of realised, you know, playing Cassio quite a lot myself, I normally win the battles against Ryze's Cassio, but because of that Lee Sin, because of him so active in the ganking stage, you know, Cassio can't really do much at the moment. Lee Sin, he got them 2 kills ahead, and he's so active in the opposition jungle, and he's just ganking all the time. I think a gank is going to come off soon, so I'm going to let you take it away, I think.
I thought the same. I was ready to pounce in if the action did start, but everybody basically pulled back. Not too much is happening. Lee Sin is going to apply pressure once again onto Mundo there in the jungle, but Mundo's going to get away just fine. Both of them have red buffs, so neither of them wanting to give that one away. But yeah, I mean, Dyrus took the journey from top towards mid. You also saw as Lee Sin coming round from the bottom towards mid, so it was basically a 3-on-3 in mid, and nothing ended up happening. Everyone just pulled back, so a bit of an anticlimactic end to what could have been something truly epic. But this is going to allow Lee Sin to pick up the blue there, so they have managed to get the jungle invade in once again. It's been really backwards and forwards. You know, in that second game, NZ, you did have the Shyvana, I believe, from... Was it the second game, was it the first game? My memory's shocking, but either way, Shyvana was used from mod 1. Yeah, so well counter-jungling. This time it's going to be Lee Sin, but Vladimir is going to be under all kinds of troubles once again. He's overextended. I don't think he's going to be able to escape here, going back towards the enemy tower, and he will be getting finished off from Mundo. So again, Vladimir just overextending, getting himself caught with his pants down, and he will be punished. In the meantime, now, Lee Sin and Ryze are both going to be pushing towards that top lane, maybe trying to catch out Dyrus, who is on less than half HP. but of course with Shield and Mundo there as well, it's going to be quite difficult. But here comes the Rune Prison and the Ignite, huge damage. The Ignite uses so well. Mundo doesn't matter if he pops Sadism because it reduces the healing done by his ultimate. Lee Sin's going to go back in once again. Rumble escapes on literally no HP. He's got 18 health points, and that will be a dead rise on the tower. Very nearly does Reggie manage to land that first ability of Noxus Blast onto Lee Sin, but just missing it, and Lee Sin will dart away. So 5-3 is the scoreline, and really just back and forth action. Very quick paced third game here.
Yeah, and you know, the main thing for me is just Lee Sin 4-1. Just Lee Sin, when he gets fed, he's so powerful. You know, just his raw ganking capabilities and just the damage he can kind of output and how taggy he can really get. And especially the early game, he really shines early game. Does a very lot of damage. He's very good within the jungle and out. And obviously towards the late game, he could be built very tanky, but he isn't the greatest late game character. Not saying he's bad, he just isn't the best late game character you could possibly choose. And you know, getting these early kills and stuff is going to make him very good.
It's basically going to allow him to try and snowball this game. I think that's Lee Sin's mentality. That's the reason he's been consistently aggressive here, that he wants to really push this game home. He wants his team to get a commanding lead early on here and just to force it and to take this victory. So I think what he's trying to do is try and get these towers pushed down, maybe try and pick up an early dragon here as Lee Sin. So keep an eye out for him. He's been all over the map so far. He's now taking his blue. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's going to give that one over to Rise. Indeed, he will. Rise comes in, so Tabs is going to be picking up the blue buff, which is just going to give him a lot of sustain in mid. He's going to be able to spam away the first and second, his Q and W there, Overload and Rune Prison, and really try and hinder and harass that Cassiopeia in mid and basically push Reggie back. Meantime, at bot lane, again, Ignite has been used on Ashe, but she's going to push back to the tower, no problems whatsoever, and Soraka on top of that can just heal her up. So back to the farming phase again, Enzi. It seems that all of the action so far has just been from those two junglers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the amount of gank coming in from Lee Sin, Mundo's been trying to come back with it as well. But you know, Lee Sin has been so active, just been ganking all the time, just providing so much action right now. It's unbearable. Not a bad unbearable, a good unbearable.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a look at it, you've got a TSM on 3 kills, Mundo has 1 kill, 2 assists, and TL have 5 kills, Lee Sin has 4 kills, 1 assist. So the junglers, both of them, have been involved with every single kill thus far in the game. And that definitely is reflected in how the action has gone backwards and forwards. Here's Lee Sin, once again, going to try the jungle invade, needs to be careful though, because Dyrus is making a move here. Cassiopeia from the backside. This could be precarious. They're going to try the red steel, and can Cassiopeia land an ultimate? That's really going to change the face of this one, as you're going to have the Rumble ultimate as well. Beautiful Cassiopeia ulti, Ashe Arrow as well. That's going to be at least 2 kills, more than likely 3. And TSM completely destroyed TL there. They're out of position. Ashe Arrow from the bot lane. As soon as they saw what was going to happen, Ashe just ultimate straight up and manages to land it in the face of all 3 players. And the Cassiopeia plus Rumble ulti is way too strong. Awesome play from TSM there, pulling themselves back in this game.
Wowzers, that was great stuff, especially that arrow. I think it was game number 1. That's the arrow that TL wanted. Wait, or am I completely derping? Which game was it?
It was Lowland
arrow,
Lions.
and it wasn't landing.
Lowland Lions, yes. Sneaky took Ashe, and Chaos in the very first game that we casted landed a Sublime Arrow, which basically turned the battle of the game, and they ended up winning it at TSM, of course. Second game, Lowland Lions, Sneaky took Ashe, and we were saying, look, if they want to really win this team fight, they're going to need to land a few Ashe Arrows and to capitalise on that stun. They didn't manage to do so, and then Chaos just shows how it's done. From bot lane tower towards the red buff, he managed to land it. Awesome stuff there. But to be honest, even without the Ashe Arrow, I think they would have picked up the 3 kills regardless, because you had Rumble's and Cassiopeia's ultimate stacking on each other, so the Equalizer and, of course, the Petrifying Gaze completely crushing the enemy team. You have a slow and a stun all in one, lots and lots of damage. They have actually taken... They did take the gold advantage, sorry, but then TL have basically just gone and picked up the dragon. So now TL are ahead once again by 700 gold.
Absolutely. Even Vince, I just want to think right now is, if I spectate one of these players in the game right now, I'll be on the same time as you, won't I?
That's an interesting concept. Maybe give it a try.
All right, I'm gonna go try that because it kind of just hit me. Because you're 3 minutes.
Oh, apparently you can't spectate custom games.
I was spectating a custom game earlier.
Well, give it a try. Obviously, leave the stream on. Leave the stream on. If it doesn't work, just go back to the stream. If it does work, then hey, you're in live with me. So good stuff. But while NZ is trying to do that, I'm going to take away the action again at top lane. Dyrus, very, very aggressive. He actually has 11-9 advantage there. So Dyrus has been bossing that top lane. He's currently finding himself a 94 creep score to Vladimir's 90. But Vladimir on 0 for 2. Rumble on 1 for 4, and that's definitely down to the fact of that team fight that we saw before. The 3 kills coming in definitely bolstered up Rumble and his gold and such, and he has managed to get the Haunting Guys, the Amplifying Tom, and the Sorcerer Shoes as well. To Vladimir, let's see what he's got. Hextech Revolver and the Mercury Treads with an Amplifying Tom. Here comes the ultimate from Vladimir. The Chemo Plague has been used. Nice taunt coming in. Nice equalizer though being used there from Rumble. Could definitely see what he was trying to do, trying to pick up a kill in retaliation, but unfortunately not quite enough damage with the Ignite and ultimate, and he will be going down without any retaliation whatsoever. So that is going to give TL the slight advantage now. But yeah, it's going to go back to the farming once again. I'm going to have 3 players though from TSM kind of lurking around the river. But MZ, have to ask the question: has spectate worked?
I think they have to allow it when they're creating the game, so I don't think so. It doesn't work for me. But I swear I did it earlier, but I don't know. It doesn't work, so I'll just go back to... I thought they were going to... Yeah. I still thought...
Chaos is going to try his best. I'm going to just quickly take away this action as he has managed to land the ultimate and does manage to escape as well, following it up with the volley. That was absolutely exquisite from Chaos, and he's going to manage to survive. I'm not sure if we're going to see that on the stream, NZ, but I have no idea how he managed to pull that one off. Really quick reactions and really great game brain. He's going to go back to spawn just fine. He's going to be feeling pretty good about that one. In the meantime, though, here comes the action from Rise onto Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is going to try her best to try and get some kind of damage down here, but Lee Sin is knocking her back, kicking her, and putting shields on Rise. Cassiopeia did not know whether she was coming or going there, as Lee Sin was all over her and will manage to get the kill. So Cassiopeia down again, 2 for 3 and 2. So her stats aren't too bad, NZ, but she has died 3 times in mid now.
Flying snake out of nowhere, bro. So the snake, you know, flies away and does die. But yeah, I thought in the new patch they were going to allow 10 spectators, but obviously I was wrong.
I heard something similar as well. It's a shame that they didn't incorporate that because
it's not hard.
It's kind of painful because, you know, NZ is watching the stream alongside you guys, so he is on a delay, which obviously is a bit of a downer. But either way, we could have a potential gank at top lane here as Taric and Lee Sin are on their way, but I think they're just going to go for that top tower instead. Dyrus realising what the situation was and did pull back preemptively, didn't want to get any needless deaths. He does have a ward down there in the tri-bush. He is going to be hanging around this area. Maybe going to wait for Taric to recall. No, he's basically going to troll him. He's going to be like, I'm going to wait until you have no time left on your recall. I'm going to waste your time, and I'm just going to hit you once. And just make you rage. So Taric's now pushed back into the other bush and tries to recall again. Troll Dyrus too strong.
I haven't actually watched that yet, so that's how far behind I am.
He was definitely, you know, I was thinking, is he going to wait for Taric to go back and then maybe try a kill? Because he was literally just stood there waiting. But no, instead he was literally trying to just waste Taric's time, which is a completely viable tactic as well. As Taric is now going to be going back towards Lee Sin, going to try and help him out. And yeah, farming phase once again, just to report on a couple of the items that have been being built up here. Let's have a look at bot lane. Graves 170 creep squares, the BF sword, the pickaxe, and the vampiric scepter with Berserker's Greaves. On the flip side, Ash has 164, so not too far behind. BF sword, Zeal, and Berserker's Greaves with 3 Doran's Blaze. She's going to be slightly tankier. That mid is going to see... So a quick look, Cassiopeia with a Hextech Revolver. In fact, let's cut to the action here. Taric is going to go down. He did get stunned right underneath that tower. And now, Lee Sin could also be falling. Nice safeguard, though, back on towards right underneath the tower, and he should be just fine. And you are going to see 4 strong TSM players pushing down towards the Dragon. The timer must be ticking out any second now. I think they're going to try and pounce on this Dragon as soon as they possibly can. But yeah, back to what I was saying before, you're going to have on the Cassiopeia, Hextech Revolver, the Giant's Belt, 2 Doran's Rings, and Mercury Treads. On the flip side, Rise has gone for, as you'd expect, Glacial Shroud, Tear of the Goddess, Catalyst of the Protector, and Mercury Treads as well. So, by and large, standard game, NZ, very, very close, 7-7, and only about 2k gold in it after 20 minutes.
Yes, still very, very close considering, you know, Lee Sin did have that very, very early good start. He did kind of take advantage of it, but then he kind of, you know, slowed down a little bit. The opportunities weren't really there. TSM kind of knew they had to do something. They had to, you know, play a bit more defensive. That's exactly what they did.
Indeed, and Lee Sin, of course, after that really strong start, as you said before, has a Wriggles Lantern, Ruby Crystal, the Null Magic Mantle, and a Heart of Gold. And what's the opposition jungle looking like? Mundo has Spirit Visage, Heart of Gold, Mercury Treads, and a Cloth Armor. Dragon is indeed up, and TSM are going to be going for this one. TL could feasibly try and challenge on the Dragon here. It's on less than a quarter HP, and here comes the ghost from Vladimir. Hemo Plague as well. They are going to be rushing in here. Rune Prison has been landed on Cassiopeia. Big ultis coming in though. The Equalizer and Petrifying Gaze have both been used there. In fact, Petrifying Gaze was just off cooldown. It's going to be coming off cooldown any second now, as will Flash. So it is conceivable that perhaps he's going to just be jumping in here with Reggie and try and pick up a kill. But doesn't look likely, as that tower is on low health, and I don't see Vladimir and Grave sticking around to find out what happens here. Cassiopeia is being very aggressive though, moving in quickly, has landed a couple of Noxus blasts there, and not too sure what's going to happen, because Lee Sin is trying to be very, very aggressive on that tower with low HP. Cassiopeia, as I said before, she has her ultimate and flash off cooldown, so if she fancies it, she could flash in here and stun a couple players, try and pick up a few kills, as the rest of her team are just waiting in that mid area. But I think maybe they're just going to take this tower and pull back.
Yeah, probably I was going to take the tower and fall back. You know, you've got the likes of Cassio with that extremely good poke with the poisons, can just spam them away, especially when you have the blue buff as well. Didn't want to go too far there, so nice stuff from TSM once again. And the game is definitely turning from what we saw, a complete domination from Lee Sin up the early, and now it's all even practically. But TSM, they're just edging ahead.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people are commenting on, you know, Dyrus playing Rumble, and they weren't necessarily happy with it, but I really like this Rumble pick, because you have the Equalizer, which slows down, does a lot of damage over time as well. Then you have the likes of Ashe as well. Here comes Cassiopeia though, darting in, using the ultimate Equalizer down as well. Big damage being exchanged from TSM and also TL, but here comes TL now. Vladimir using the Hemo Plague and the Sanguine Pool. Mundo's going to be dropped. Can they get the kill also onto Rumble? Very low health, manages somehow to flash away with 150 HP remaining, and he will manage to escape. So that is a 2-for-2 exchange. Rumble on dangerously low health though, and TL coming out of that one relatively unscathed. I mean, the 3 remaining players on over 3/4 HP, and looking relatively strong, so maybe they're going to be able to pull themselves back here, as the gold is dead even, 31.7k as I was speaking. TSM have just taken the slight lead, but very close game, Enzi. This really is a nail biter, especially when you consider it's the 3rd game in a best of 3.
Yeah, definitely lived up to its expectations. I mean, Teamless is a great team, TSM is a great team as well. This is exactly what I wanted from this game. Just very close, backwards and forwards action, and definitely a best of 3 matchup. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. And you're kind of just getting that sense that it could go either way. I mean, we just saw a 2-for-2 right there. It's very close, like we said, numerous amounts of times. The gold is literally neck and neck. So it's literally just going to go down to a couple fights.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind this could go either way. There is no clear winner right now. It's that simple. Gold is very close, like 800, 900 gold in it. Similar kills, similar towers. It's just very close. But as I was saying before, I really like this kind of team comp that Rumble has this slow and damage over time. You got Cassiopeia who can slow, can stun. You got Ashe who can slow. You got Mundo who has burning agony amongst all that as well with the infected cleavers. I mean, they've got a really nice team comp. And if Dyrus and Reggie can synchronize together and land the Equalizer and Petrifying Gaze to perfection, I mean, that is so much raw damage. It's so many deaths that are going to be coming at the hands of Teamless, so definitely one to watch out for. Looks like Teamless are going to kind of lurk around the Baron area right now. Of course, Baron is up and has been for a while, so both teams starting to get interested in the prospects of taking down that for the buff. We are going to have a big team fight. Hemo Plague, Mundo just kind of strolling into a bush, Equalizer used, big ultis coming as well. Hemo Plague has been pop from Vladimir. That's going to be 2 kills. 1 for Cassiopeia, 1 for Rumble. Going to get a 3rd from Mundo. Surely Lee Sin is going to fall as well. 4 without any losses there for TSM, and that just goes to show the raw damage, the raw power that comes in with the Cassiopeia Rumble combination. They just basically couldn't do anything, NZ. They were slowed, then they were stunned, then they were dead. And that is going to be a free Baron to TSM.
Yeah, that's the great thing about that comp, you know. You've got Cassiopeia, you've got Rumble, you've got Mundo as well, you've got so many slows, you've got good, you know, you've got good abilities that can just completely shut down the enemy team, and on top of that we've got Soraka with the heals as well to try and keep them up, and the silence. So really nice stuff. TSM gonna get that Baron, are gonna edge ahead now, and that beefier gold difference is gonna gradually start to move up, because as we've seen, every time we've seen a dragon early on, definitely at this early stage, they've taken advantage of it. They've had the map control, they're pushing turrets back, split pushing to perfection, and just trying to catch out players left, right and centre, and that's exactly what I think they're going to be doing.
Yeah, and having this Baron buff is going to allow TSM to try and push that bot lane and top lane, because they do have the 2 mid lanes down, the 2 mid lane towers, but they don't actually have top or bottom. Top is on about 3/4 health, bottom on about half, and it's kind of important if they want that kind of control in the opposition jungle. They're going to need to take the likes of these towers down. They're really going to need to stop Graves getting this free farm. That for me is the way Teamless are going to come back into this. If basically, you know, TSM can't make the most of these kind of opportunities that they're given. But we are going to see TSM starting to push down towards bot lane, realising that Graves is all by his lonesome. Lee Sin is on his way down. Hawkshot has came through though. Have they managed to spot that Lee Sin? They are starting to push back now. Lee Sin has been hit with that volley. Is Mundo going to go in? He's going to be on his own if he does so. But I don't think he's too bothered about that. So really, I'd have to say Teamless have to play very, very cautiously here, and they have to kind of turtle in. Because if they start overextending, especially against a team with the likes of TSM, with the kind of comp they have, and Baron as well, they're going to go down very, very quickly.
Yeah, indeed. That's their only option right now. They have to stay in. They have to play defenses. Otherwise, they're really going to pay the price for it. They can't risk to make any mistakes at this crucial time in the game. It's heading on to 30 minutes, and this is the kind of time where you win a team fight, you win the game.
Yeah, especially with Baron as well, and Vladimir is overextended at top lane. You're actually going to see Reggie using his ultimate there while the Sanguine Pool was popped. I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever. Heal has also been taken out there from Vladimir, but it was basically just delaying the inevitable that he would be dropped regardless. But that's kind of what I'm talking about. But all credit to TL, they've managed to get in and get out again. Somehow, against a full Baron team, they've taken a tower down. So Vladimir doing a nice bait job there at the top lane, allowing his team to pick up the tower, and maybe there is life yet in this TL side.
Possibly. They want to try and get, you know, back into this game as quickly as possible, but it's very hard at the moment. You've got a Baron on TSM, you've got a very strong lineup, ready to pounce at you at any time, and they have got the gold difference as well. They have complete map control. I think they just got another dragon as well, and they have an oracle now. So Vision is going to be completely gone, turrets probably soon are going to be gone, and maybe a team fight going to be coming in soon.
Yeah, and Ash took that opportunity to take 2 towers down at bot lane. So for all I was saying about, TL have done a great job taking a tower down themselves, unfortunately they actually lost out on that exchange. And now, with Vladimir going down as well, very difficult for them to actually engage in that situation. Now going to be playing cat and mouse here on the tower. Just a case of who makes the first move. The creeps are now down, so obviously that's going to mean that TSM will be taking unnecessary damage, but the question is, will TL try and capitalise on that? Doesn't seem to be the case, because TSM are just going to stand there spamming across. I'd like someone to maybe go top lane and push that tower down, but they're definitely opting for this mid tower. Ultimate comes in from Lee Sin, trying to push them back, apply some pressure, but that Inhib tower is now down. Inhib is vulnerable, it's naked to be taken out here from TSM. Looks like they're going to oblige just there, so Super Minions will be on the battlefield now as Chaos finishes off that blue Inhib, and they are now going to pull back as the damage has been done. Now they have free reigns to do whatever they please, really. They can go into their opposition's jungle and just take down those minions, can go top as well and do what they please, and it's really a case of TL playing very, very safe now, picking the right moments to strike.
Yeah, Inhibitor is down, and as we know, an Inhibitor down, Just requires the team to push another lane and apply pressure. You know, split push, maybe get 3 at top lane, 2 in the middle, and try and break them off, push the turret back so the minions are attacking, and then quickly split towards the mid lane if you are at top, and go in and tower dive on that team fight. And the guys at top lane are going to be late in, and when they do come in, you've maybe got just one player down, and then you can just capitalize on that and win a team fight.
Oh, it seems that TL are taking the attitude of the best defense is a strong offense here, and they're just going to go straight back at TSM. We don't want to turtle in, we want to just push you back as well. You know, they realise that the Baron buff is down now, but here comes the Ashe arrow in. It's going to land on Vladimir. Equalizer used as well. Shri's Reverie has been popped from Tarek, but I'm not sure it's going to do any good whatsoever. Nice kick though from Lee Sin, darting back as well. And they may actually be able to get away. Nice flash as well from Lee Sin, stopping himself from being hit from one of those volley shots. And he will manage to escape. So a lot of cooldowns pop there, a lot of ultimates on top of that as well. And the end result is going to just be a downed tower at that top lane for TSM.
Yeah, very nice stuff coming in from Lee Sin with that kick and the flash as well. If he didn't land that flash, I would definitely think he would be a dead Lee Sin right now. But you know, they were very good with the retreat. They've popped the cooldowns of TSM right now. I think they have actually got the top tower for it actually now, TSM. So they are going to come out on top despite using their cooldowns and such, you know, with their ultimates. And obviously their mid minions are pushing right now.
Yeah, they managed to pick up those 2 towers at top, and suddenly it's looking quite claustrophobic for TL, having to stay back in their base. They have no outer towers, they have just 2 inhib towers up as well. Mid has been completely crushed, and looks like TSM are going to push very aggressively up this top lane. Graves is in no man's land, he's picking up the red. Vladimir is farming the mid, so this is going to be a down tower. Completely needless, I have to say. TL really should have been playing defensive right there, and it's going to be a second inhib falling as well, so TL making a slight lapse in concentration, a slight lapse in judgment, and they're really backs against the wall now. And 2 inhibs down is just going to be consistent harass, consistent push, and as soon as that Baron and Dragon come up, you have to favour TSM to pick it up here, as Vladimir is starting to scamper away. Tarek has been caught out, Shrider, he's been popped there, he is going to fall without any problems whatsoever. That's just going to cause further insult to injury right now for TL, as they do lose their support player, and they are just going to try and maybe even finish the game right now. Enzy pushing towards that bot lane. They want the hat trick of inhibs down, and they also have a fairly long creep wave behind them. Going to be a 4v5. Tarek is down for another 20 seconds. They're not going to have one of their stuns, not going to have one of their heals. They are going to push in now. Let's have a quick look at which ultimate's up. Ashe's ultimate is up. Also, Rumble's ulti is up. So they do have quite a lot of CC in that case, but the ulti from Mundo has just came off cooldown, and there's still about half the cooldown remaining on Cassiopeia. And Cassiopeia is really going to need to initiate here, I have to feel. It's going to probably be Ashe and Cassiopeia going in first, and then Rumble and Mundo and the like following it up with their ultis. But, you know, Tarek has managed... Say again, sorry?
Cassio ult is down at the moment, so...
Yeah, about half on it is on cooldown still, but it is about a quarter left now. They did start to apply some pressure on that tower. Thought we may be having a last stand kicking off, because TL simply can't afford to lose all 3 inhibs. If they lose all 3 inhibs, they lose complete map control as well. And due to the fact they're already behind on gold, they're already behind on XP, and now Ashe has came in with the ultimate and the Rumble. As I said before, Ashe and Rumble going to need to really engage here alongside Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia has burnt her ulti. In fact, she hasn't. It's still off cooldown, so she's waiting until the end here. She's just used it there. Graves has shut down Rumble. I think it's too little too late. That's going to be Vlad dropping as well. This is going to be the GG surely in just a matter of time. Ryze has actually picked up his double kill though in amongst all that action, and that is going to be a 2-for-3 exchange. Mundo on low health. Sadism is just about off cooldown, so you can pop that once again and run away. And Cassiopeia on about half HP with Ashe on full. So after that fight, Enzy, Ashe full HP. Prime positioning once again from Chaos. 2 kills, 0 deaths, 13 assists after nearly 34 minutes. And they are going to go for the Baron.
Yeah, the thing is, you know, TL can't really get to Ashe because you've got the likes of Cassiopeia stopping them. You've got Mundo with the slow as well, and just constant harass. You've got Rumble in there. Then you have Ashe from the back as well, slowing them. So to get to Ashe, you have to go through about 3 players of consistent slow. And now 3 inhibs are down, and a Baron. This is definitely a GG. You can't come back from 3 inhibs, I'm sorry. If they do, I will literally pay them, I don't know, My house.
This is kind of nitpicking, NZ, but I'm surprised that TSM there. They took Baron down, so they get the buff, while Soraka and Rumble had 3 seconds left on their respawn time. If they just waited 3 more seconds, everybody would now have Baron, but Rumble and Soraka don't have it. I know that's a really small thing in the grand scheme of this game, but it's just something that stood out to me there. Kind of strange, but either way, you're now going to have TSM pushing on regardless. 2 inhibs were down, 1 has just respawned, that mid inhib. The upper inhib's probably going to respawn in the next minute or 2. And TSM with that Baron or partial Baron buff are going to try and push through here once again. And as you say, I mean, you're completely on the money, Enzy. This is one of the reasons I said it's such a good comp, that you have, you know, Rumble, Cassiopeia, big slows and stuns. Ashe is slow as well. It's very difficult to get close to her. That's reflected in the sense that she hasn't died yet, and she's been involved with 15 of the 19 kills. She's going to go ahead and try and, well, she actually scored a goal in there, firing the arrow right down the middle of the heart of the TL side, but it really doesn't matter. Applied enough pressure to allow them to pick up that inhib tower. This is going to be the 3rd inhib going down. Shredder's Reverie has been popped there. The equalizer as well. Big damage being exchanged. Massive damage, in fact, from TSM. That's 2 kills. Make that 3 kills now as Lee Sin goes down. Graves is going to try his best to tank underneath that tower on a Mundo, but Mundo's so tanky right now. I don't think he's going to get dropped. Cassiopeia coming in. In fact, I do stand corrected as Mundo does go down from the valiant attempt from Graves there, trying his best, trying everything to stave off the onslaught, but it's going to be too little, and that should surely be the Nexus going down. Indeed it will. GG, that was awesome to watch, and TSM take it after losing the first game.
Indeed, TSM are going to escape with this victory. 2-1, a very convincing third map, I must say. Definitely coming back from that Lee Sin, but it was all down to the out of position move on that red there, and you know, that completely turned the game. That allowed TSM to get 3 kills, 1 kill for each player, and that just helped them going into this later stage of the game, and they will pick up this game.
Absolutely, they definitely deserve the win after all that, but I have to give props to TL because they really made a match of this. They took it to the 3rd game, they started off very aggressively, they started off very well with the Lee Sin, and overall, you know, the first game they ended up winning it, so TSM were backs against the wall, and turned out they just fought back and got the upper hand, and obviously they will go through, but NZ, I'm definitely, you know, I'm not envious of TSM right now. They're going to go and face Moscow 5. That's not nice.
This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see TSM versus Moscow 5, and we're going to get it. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a classic.
In the Corsair Vengeance Cup lower brackets, and that goes to show the kind of quality of teams still left in this tournament, that Moscow 5 and TSM are in the lower brackets. That's kind of crazy. You wouldn't expect to say that.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, I think this game is going to be so good. TSM against M5. So I have no idea when that's going to go ahead, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the community wants to see that game as well, because the last time these 2 teams squared off, it was good. It was a very good game.
Absolutely. Right, well, if you have just joined us, guys, you can watch the previous matches, and that's on youtube.com/chaos contingency. You can also follow the Facebook. It's facebook.com/chaos TV. You can follow NZ. What is your Facebook, NZ?
NZ with 2 E's. You can also see at the bottom of the Bureau back screen.
Indeed, it's at the bottom of that overlay. I'm Metis TV on Facebook, and we also have an announcement to make, Bass. Where should I find out that information so I don't screw it up?
Here you go, Vince. I'll give you the link on Skype.
Thanks, mate.
No problem. Oh, no problem, mate.
Okay, so there is the Median Challenge, and it's basically another League of Legends tournament. So it's going to be for $1,000 in cash and 5 Medion erasers that are given out with that, which are laptops.
3rd gen Ivy Bride
Bridge
laptops, yeah.
So $1,000 and 5 epic gaming laptops on top of that. So definitely go ahead. I think, is one of you going to link that in the chat so that people can go ahead and check this out?
I shall do it. Oh,
okay, so Bass has just linked very kindly in the chat for you guys where you can go up and sign up and get more information on that. It's the Medion Challenge. Definitely sign up, guys. Definitely get your team across to it. Like the Corsair Vengeance Cup, it's open for everybody, I believe. It's not invitational, it's a sign up. And basically, get yourself involved. You could be walking away with a lot of cash and some awesome laptops.
And Heimerting his brain.
Anything to add then, Enzi? I think that's going to conclude our coverage of tonight's Cup. When is the next game, actually? I'm going to quickly check on the brackets just to let you guys know. Oh. Okay. 8 GMT, which is 9 o'clock CET, on the 10th, so in 2 days' time, it is going to be Meet Your Makers against Absolute Legends. So another really awesome game there in the lower brackets of the Corsair Vengeance Cup. And yeah, if you want to check out the brackets and such, are you able to post the link, Bass, in the chat again? Oh, he crashed. He crashed the website, so basically we can't link you that. But either
Here
way,
at Chaos TV, we crash websites for a living.
there's a lot of traffic going on, I guess. But either way, yeah, we do have more games coming up, guys. Plenty more action. There's the likes of SK against the Authority, Absolute Legends, Meet Your Makers, TSM, Moscow 5. There's just a whole plethora of awesome teams still left in this tournament. So definitely tune in whenever they're about to go live. If you do follow the Facebook links at the bottom, as we said before, we normally update when we're about to go live, so you can also follow us there. And I think that's about all, Bass. Is there anything else I should say? Right, okay, well, last piece of information I can give you is all the games that we have casted tonight will be reruns now. So they will be on again. It's not going to be live, will be reruns of the games that we've casted. So that's going to be Lowland Lions against TSM,